Hello bearded bee people, welcome back to B&K Bees. It has been a couple weeks since I've come out with a video. I did this last year at this time, and for the most part that is due to the fact that these colonies are putting up honey, and other than adding boxes and making sure that I'm preventing swarms, there's not a whole lot that I need to be doing. And for a couple of weeks, so it's been 3 weeks since I've been out to any of these production colonies. For 2 of those weeks they had treatments on them, and for the last week it's been pretty cold. Yesterday was a high of like 58 degrees and it was windy, and so not really great. Let's go check our honey hive weather. And once again, there's not a whole lot for me to do other than add boxes and just make sure that I'm yanking stuff when it's ready to be pulled. So that's what I'm doing today, is basically just adding boxes. I thought I was going to be pulling more honey. I always think that in my first honey pull of the year. I'm sure you guys can sympathize. You think that there's going to be more that's ready and it's just not ever capped. But that's fine. That's, like I said, it falls in line with what is my normal experience during July. But the good thing is we're putting up more honey than we ever have by far. And I thought that there would be a dip because of the fact that we moved these colonies in March and then moved them again in the beginning of May. And they've been through quite a lot over the last 8 months or so. And so, yeah, I thought that we would come out with some that were stunted and some that just are slow out of the gate because of some problems, EFB, or just a diminished workload coming out of winter because of the stresses that we put them through. But that is not the case at all. I'm adding boxes in every single hive I get into almost. I'm pulling heavy boxes off of every single hive. They're just not capped yet, so that's why I'm not stacking them on a trailer right now. I do have a few. This one right here is one that needs to be tipped up. I am tipping the lids up on ones that have boxes that I can pull, and right now I have 3 that are totally ready to get pulled. Like I said, this is one of them, even though this wasn't tipped up, because I just got done with this one. Whoa, bro. That's an 80 or 90 pound box of honey that I could take right now if I needed to. And I might, depending on how many more I get out here. If it's 3 or 4, I'm probably not going to. I might as well just leave them and pull it all in August. Like I said, I'm adding boxes, so it's not like I'm letting them get honey bound. I've added boxes to everything that has, you know, anything that's heavy above the excluder. So yeah, I may or may not pull them. One interesting note on pulling honey is I'm going to be doing another different method. So I've been experimenting over the last couple of years as far as honey removal, pulling honey methods. I have a video on this channel called Pulling Honey the Easy Way, and I still stand by that method. If you have a limited amount of hives, if you have less than 50 hives, don't put any extra effort into it. Just shake those bees off. Get yourself a brush them off if they're stubborn, but just shake them off. It's so super easy. And that's what we did until we had like 100 hives. And then it just became too much. It's too much on my arms to be shaking, you know, hundreds and hundreds of frames a day. So last year we went with a blower. I have seen commercial operations use blowers, like leaf blowers in the past, with success, and we had some success. The problem with it was you could never get them all out. Not even, I mean, you can never get them all out in any method, but you especially could never get them all out with the blower. So I would set them off to the side of the colony in the yard, blow the majority of the bees out, put the box in the truck, and then have to blow them out again at the house, which created a big ball of unhivable bees at the house, and it was just a problem. Holly, our oldest dog, just loves to eat bees, so she'll sit there and eat them off of the honey box stack until she pukes up a pile of bees. So I'm trying to prevent the puking of bees, and I'm trying to get a more sustainable, easier method of pulling honey. And so for that reason, I purchased a few fume boards and some almond Be Quick. So we will be giving that a shot. It might not be in this video or today, but we are definitely going to do that before the end of this honey season. So I have talked a lot. Let's get into some hives. I have 4 pallets to go. I'm not doing a whole lot. Once again, I'm just kind of checking to see where the honey boxes are at. If they need more honey boxes, I'm adding. If they have a full box that's absolutely ready to go right now. I'm flipping their lid up. So yeah, let's get to it. Well, that one came off pretty easy, which usually means not a whole lot's going on in it. But maybe they're just not keen on propolizing the lid, because this is not coming off easy. Boom. Now that looks like a full honey box. Looks pretty good. See how glued it is to the frames below. It's my favorite part of the bee here. Very is the answer to that. Oh boy. Well, the bottoms of those frames on the top box are not capped, so I'm not going to put this forward. Getting stung. Heavy and heavy. It's a good looking box of bees. Everybody's always worried about singles swarming and singles not putting up honey. This one colony and all of the ones that I've been in so far today are examples of why those are misconceptions. If you keep those frames right above the excluder free of nectar and honey, and you start off with good bees, yeah, you're gonna put up honey, and you're gonna be surprised at how easy it is to keep those bees in the box. I mean, really, it's just split them in the spring, keep the frames above the excluder empty. Although the boxes that I just pulled off are far from empty, I am going to rectify that right now. Oh boy. I'm getting too fat for this. Earlier in this inspection, setting a box on like that pinched my fat. I was like, oh really? Is that the stage of my life that I'm in now where I have to worry about my fat rolls while I'm setting down a box of honey? Yeah, that's the stage of my life that I'm in now. That's something I've got to worry about now. Yeah. There we go again. All right, once again, singles putting up honey. I had a cloud of bees around me, and I was wondering, why are you trying to go to the side of the box? That's because that box is not on that bottom board, and they like that entrance. And I don't have a problem with it. You do what you do, ladies. good through the hole in the inner cover. It looks capped. Yeah, that's a box of honey. Boom. Not a whole lot going on those far two. It's probably going to prevent me from putting the lid on in the extract now way. Because why would I do that if those two frames on the end are not ready? Yeah, this is definitely not nearly ready. I mean, that one side of that box is heavy. They have a lot of work to do here. Now, if you were to message me and say, hey, listen, I've got a single and it has a full-ish honey box on the top and like a 40% honey box in the middle, what should I do? I'd say add a honey box. But I'm not gonna add a honey box right now because I don't have that many. I literally have 3 left out here and I have 3 pallets to go. So I'm gonna have to either go get more or stop adding when I need to add, because I go to get more is just going to prevent me from being able to add boxes to these other yards. I am at the end of my boxes, so I am not going to add one here. It's July 20th or 21st or something like that, so I'm not so super concerned. They have some frames that they're still worried about and that they're still working on that I'm not worried about. So I'm just going to let them do that and just add this box back, and hopefully when I get back into it in a couple of weeks to pull, both these boxes will be ready to go. Another false widow over here. It looked for a second like a black widow. If I find a black widow or an awesome, cool wolf spider or something, I'm bringing it home. For sure. I haven't had a spider in a couple years now. But that's not a black widow, that's a false widow or some other species of sister spider to the black widow. I think it's Latrodecta or something like that is the species name or genus name. I don't know. It's a relative to the black widow for sure. Cool. Cool. All right. This one doesn't look like it has a whole lot going on at the entrance. Well, let's see what's going on the inside. Well, it looks good on the top. So my fancy equipment has given them another entrance on this hive too. Right there. Which once again, I'm not worried about it. Alright, so the center 4 frames are getting worked on. The outer frames are not so much. So, yeah. For what I'm doing today, that's all I need to see. Once again, that'd probably be a situation where I'd recommend that you added a box, but I just don't have them. Seems like something I should get on, start trying to rectify. I'm not 100% certain. I'm not 100% certain. I've waffled over the last few years as to what I want my end goal hive number to be, and I'm thinking this is good. I think 150 to 200 hives is good for me, which means I'm probably not going to be buying any more deep boxes. If I buy more boxes, it'll probably be of the shallow or medium variety, because a lot of you guys have commented about how stupid it is me picking up 90-pound boxes, and I agree. 28-year-old Brett didn't agree. 28-year-old Brett had like 8 hives. No, I guess 25-year-old Brett. 25-year-old Brett had like 3 or 5 hives, and the deep boxes for everything was just the way to go. It seemed like a brilliant, brilliant idea. But now it's horrendous. July and August, every year, I hate it. So yeah, shallows or mediums from here on. Oh, more fancy equipment. All right, similar to the last one, they are working on a portion. So I'm just gonna let them continue doing what they're doing. All right, so get my face in the sun. I'm gonna cut this video off here. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching. I'm gonna probably hopefully do a couple of other videos before I'm done here today. So more coming out in the coming days. Click subscribe if you're not already. Like I said, thanks for watching. Get out there and have some fun with your bees. See ya.